Hello, longboarding mom. I am at the end of August almost, but this video is 22nd of August, I believe. We are going to make something fun. It's going to be easy. I decided to make this because it has been super smoky outside. We are in extreme fire danger. So you know how they have like green, yellow, orange, and I think red. I think it has that many levels. And we are now in extreme high danger for fires and stuff. What that means is that it is a fire ban, no wood fires, no charcoal briquettes, pellet fueled grills, no candles, no tiki torches, and other devices that emit flames or embers that cannot be turned off with a valve. So portable cooking stoves, propane fire rings, barbecues, and lanterns using liquefied or bottle fuels are allowed. So you cannot go camping and have a fire with wood. That means no s'mores, right? Well, kind of. I mean, you can use your little propane and stuff, but that's no fun. I like the old fire flame and you know, finding the right flame to cook your marshmallow and stuff. So I decided today I am going to make s'mores Rice Krispie treats. I found it on Facebook, actually. It just popped up in my feed and I was like, ooh, those look really good. So you take a box of graham crackers, and this box, I've opened it. I've eaten a couple, like 2 probably graham crackers out of it. So it calls for 1 box of graham crackers. It calls for 16 ounces of marshmallows, mini marshmallows. All I have on hand right now is 12 ounces. So we are going to modify this recipe just a little bit because it called for 1/2 cup of butter. So we are not going to use a 1/2 cup of butter since I don't have the right amount of marshmallows. And also, I got some Hershey's chocolate, milk chocolate. It says 4 bars of this, and I actually have them because I was going to make s'mores and never did. And so I've kind of been eating these. So I have exactly 4 left, but I'm not going to use these in the recipe. It said you can use chocolate chips. And look at this bag. There's an issue with this bag. I went shopping a couple weeks ago. It was super, super hot and I had dentist appointments and stuff like that. I brought my cooler. I filled it full of ice and I put all my frozen stuff in it and all my refrigerator stuff in it, which worked perfect. Forgot to put my chocolate. Oh my gosh. So my chocolate bars melted too, but they actually stayed chocolate bars, but you know, my mini morsels did not. So I'm actually going to cut these up, like chop, 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 and put them in my mixture. And then I'm going to put these on top, like each little square, if I have enough, for decoration. So it's going to look like a little s'mores with your little candy bar on top. And it's going to have your chocolate, your marshmallows. I've got to cut these up. And I'm just going to use my scissors to cut those. I'm going to chop these with a nice knife on my cutting board. And I'm going to get started. I've got my pan already over there to start the butter and marshmallow stuff. You could add a little bit of vanilla to it, so I'm going to do that. But first I want to show you something. My husband and I went out to dinner the other night to my favorite restaurant. You guys probably already know what that is. But we didn't have reservations, so we had to wait for about an hour. Not that long. They got us in pretty early. And we walked through town and stuff, which was nice because there was a big Bronco rally that weekend. And I've got video, but it's on my husband's phone because my phone died that day because I was making a video, downloading stuff, and I forgot to recharge it. So, but we bought this. This is cool. It is called Dip Shit for Vegetables. It's just a dip, and all it calls for is some sour cream, and you chill it in the refrigerator for a little bit, and then you dip whatever favorite vegetables you want to put in it. But I thought it was cute because of the name. So I bought that for my husband. And then I also got some huckleberry pancake mix. I can't wait to try that with probably make some blueberry syrup to go with it. Who knows? You might not need any syrup at all. So anyway, let's get started on this s'mores Rice Krispie treats, s'mores treats in a pan that you can take camping with you. So that's what I was thinking. You wrap it up in little wax paper and tie it with a cute little bow, throw it in a plastic bag. They said you could freeze them for up to 6 months that way. But why freeze them when you could take them camping or on a road trip and you just pull it out of that plastic bag and pull it out of that wax paper? Yum. I can't wait to try these. I've never made them before, so let's get started on crushing up the graham crackers and cutting up those marshmallows. Probably would be easier if I had many marshmallows, but that's okay. I just use what I have on hand. Yeah. So we are going to open up all the packages. There is 3 in this box. Like I said, I ate a couple pieces, just as a snack one night. So I'm just going to dump them in this bowl for now, and then we're just going to crush them into little pieces, not little pieces. And we're not going to crush it like you would for pie. You want some little chunks, and they're kind of like, probably like that cereal, the graham cracker cereal. It's one of my favorites. Just kind of crush them. Because I'm sure they're going to crush a little bit more as you stir them in your pan, right? With those marshmallows and stuff. Yum. Who likes s'mores? And how do you like your marshmallows? Do you like them burnt or do you like them golden brown when you're making s'mores? I like mine golden brown. And if I burn them, I usually give them to my husband or my kids. But they like theirs golden brown now too. So it's just always fun to try to get the perfect flame to make your perfect marshmallow, right? So last week, I asked for a lot of prayers because I had to go to court and stuff. And I want to say thank you because my prayers were answered and the case was dropped. So that is a wonderful feeling. I would like to talk about it, but I don't know if I really should because unfortunately my boss had lost his case. It was about a service animal. And in Oregon, the laws are really lax here. The ADA has laws, but Oregon has different laws. So in your state, they could be different from Oregon. They can be different from the ADA. So if you work at a business, really, really look at those laws and understand those laws too, because there is a really weird line that goes with service animals, and it's really, really hard. Okay, I think I got pieces cut there. Look at that. Okay, so we've got that. Now I'm going to take I tried to make s'mores in the air fryer. That didn't work. Let me tell you. So I know I opened this bag. There it is. And these are the only marshmallows that do not have the genetically modified ingredients in them. Oh, and the reason why I buy, and I always buy I used to buy the Winco brand graham crackers. But I will never buy those again, and I will not buy the name brand graham crackers because those have genetically modified ingredients in them. So I have checked Fred Meyer's and Safeway, and those brands do not have genetically modified ingredients. So I figured because they wanted you to have mini marshmallows, I would cut these up. You really probably don't need to because you're going to melt these marshmallows anyway. But they said to save some of the marshmallows to mix in with your chocolate later. So I think I'm going to just cut up the ones that I'm going to mix in with my chocolate. And I kind of want them small pieces, like the mini marshmallows. So sticky, sticky, sticky. And 4 bars, that would be 6 ounces of chocolate. So 6 ounces, I won't need all of the, I will not need all of that chocolate because that's 10 ounces. Okay, I'm going to finish cutting these. That's probably good. And we are going to chop that chocolate up. Oh, my fingers are sticky. Chop the chocolate up. Let's use this knife. And let's see what kind of a mess I've got going in here. It is like a solid chocolate. Look at that. That's what happens when you go shopping on a hot day. I think that's probably the perfect amount of chocolate for our recipe. And since some of that is still, look at that. Let me move that over. Still little chips. I think that'll work out perfect. Oh my goodness. So I'm keeping my fingers away from that because this is hard. I don't want to chop my fingers up. So funny. So funny. Huh. I was wondering what I was going to do with this chocolate. I thought maybe I would melt it into, I don't know, ganache or something, which would work too. But I think this will be fun. Maybe. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I have been so stressed about that court hearing. And basically the judge asked me what I was to the restaurant I work for. And I said, I'm just a server. And they had a couple questions they wanted to ask me. And it was blah, 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 blah. She did this, blah, 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 blah. She did that. And, you know, obviously my name and stuff. I'm not going to tell you all that. But she was blah, 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 blah. And then she finally said, didn't you see the child, the handicapped child with her dad and the service animal? And the answer she said was, they said no. My boss and I both said no. We did not see that service animal or child or the other man. There was 2 service animals involved. One was a service animal and the other one was a service animal in training, they said. But that's not what they said that day. This happened over a year ago. It's crazy. It just happened so long ago, and they're trying to sue and get money out of my boss. And they lost the first case, and then now they're trying to sue us individually and stuff. And so I was able to ask the question, didn't you say that you asked us if we saw the man with the child and the service animal? And your answer was no. And she tried to backtrack what she said. And the judge said, did you say your answer was no? Answer the question. And so she said, they said no. That's what they answered. So basically the judge said, well, I'm going to drop your case. I had a countersue. Not very much. I really didn't want to sue, but it was $250. So she dropped that, and she dropped the other one and stuff. But yay, I didn't have to pay any money. There's no way I could pay $10,000. $10,000. Okay, let's finish our s'mores. Look at that. That looks like s'mores almost, doesn't it? We're going to go over to the oven, actually a stovetop, and I'm going to, this is frozen, so I'm going to cut some of this butter off, put it in there, and start getting it melted so we can get that marshmallow melted. I've got to get to town. I'm also making some iced tea, so I'm boiling tea. You like sweet tea. So I basically cut off 2 tablespoons of the butter. I hope that's going to be enough. I don't want it too buttery. Usually when I make Rice Krispies, I don't even follow the directions. So let's hope this works. And I also, while that's melting, I sprayed coconut oil in this pan. This is what we're going to put our S'mores Krispies. It's not even a crispy. S'mores Treats into. So let's melt this butter and get the marshmallows in. Once the marshmallows melted, we'll add the graham crackers to it and then stir that around, add the chocolate and the remaining marshmallows. I can't wait to try these. I'm going to put this in the pan, and then my son is going to drive me to town. I love having my own personal chauffeur. Let me tell you, he is going to get his license soon. I've got to figure out somehow this town, not where we live, but where the DMV is. They do appointments, drive test appointments, but you have to call on Mondays or get online on Monday to get appointments in that town. Otherwise, you got to go all the way up to Newport, all the way down to Coos Bay, or I think to Eugene, and he does not want to drive in Eugene. I don't blame him. He said he would go to another little small coastal town if that's what we have to do, but I'd rather him drive and take the test in the town that we have been practicing in. But at the same time, I love driving with him because we talk and we have a good time, and it's just the one-on-one that I get with my son that I normally don't get because he'd rather be at home playing video games with his friends. That is almost melted. I'm just going to add, lost the marshmallows. I'm going to turn this down a little bit too, so. Like, they're starting to melt. The mini ones, yes, will melt faster, but these will melt as well. And if you cut them up, they probably would melt faster, but it's just a sticky, long mess. So my husband ruined this pan. Remember how I bought these pans all brand new? I was all excited. And it said extreme high heat, blah, 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 blah. Well, the burner got turned on. It didn't have any water in it. And he had the steamer basket in there because he was getting ready to steam some vegetables and stuff. So he hadn't put the water in it yet. But my son had turned on the wrong burner because he was making tea, and they burned the bottom of this pan with the little basket in it. So it's got little marks from the basket. And I don't know what else those burn marks are. I think he's burned something else in the bottom of it. But it's a pretty pan, and it's brand new. My son felt so bad. He felt so bad. I was like, I have done this before, dude. Don't be upset. I'll buy you a new pan. I said, don't. I've got more pans. This still works. It's melting. Once it's all melted, we'll add our graham crackers to it. Looks like that is probably, once it's melted, the right amount of butter. So I make Rice Krispie treats, and I usually make them with the chocolate Cocoa Krispies. I haven't bought them in so long. My son doesn't eat cereal anymore, but I will do that and add mini chips to it, chocolate chips or butterscotch chips. Those are so delicious. Or you can make regular Rice Krispies and add stuff to them too. I usually don't make a whole recipe. I like make a half a batch or something because I don't want to eat them all. Almost melted. I can smell the sugar and the marshmallows. It's so good. But once this is done, I'm going to take them off the heat and add everything to it. We'll probably just stay right here. Look at that. Might be too much butter, but we'll see once everything else gets put in there because it's yellow. All right, turning off that heat, I'm adding graham crackers to it. I'm not gonna add them all. Good thing I didn't add them all. I think with that amount of marshmallows, that was probably perfect. You kind of want to work fast because you don't want them to cool down before you can get them into your pan and spread out. But you also don't want to melt, all the other stuff. Get that chocolate in there and those other marshmallows. I'm going to put it back on the burner just to heat it up a little bit so I can get it stirred around. And it's off, so it's just warm. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, phone, just a second. Shouldn't have left it, but it's melting. The chocolate's melting. I don't want the chocolate melted. I just want it stirred. Oh, yeah, it's melted. It's gonna be one mess. Okay, let's dump this in the pan. I'll show you what it looks like once I get it all out. And chocolatey mess. Look at that. That is a chocolatey mess. I don't even think I'm going to add any Hershey's to it, even though it probably will make it look prettier. And I'm thinking my chunk should have been a little bit smaller, probably. I'm going to try to grease my fingers up and push this down just a little bit more. Okay, I sprayed some vegetable oil or something is what it is out of the spray can, and use that to push that down a little bit better. Let's see what it looks like after it's all cooled down and I got it cut up into little squares. Oh, look at that chocolate disaster. I might have to eat some of that. You see that? I am back from my drive. I think this looks delicious, but what I'm gonna do is try to take it out of the pan, and it's not coming out that easy. So let's see if I can get the knife in it. Wow. I think I should have used butter instead. Butter. Oh, I see it's moving. Okay. Okay. There it goes. That's what I wanted. And like I said, there's a lot of chocolate on there, but maybe you go a little decorative like that. So look, see, some of it did melt. Oops. See, it broke. It broke. That's okay. I'll just put it together. Funny. Look at that. Those probably are not going to stick to it like I wanted to, but that's okay. I just wanted to show you guys the decorative part. Okay, we're gonna have some big pieces and little pieces. I want this piece right here. Look at that. Oh, all that chocolate, marshmallow. Yum. Look at that. Let's take a bite. Oh, I don't need all that chocolate though, so I'm gonna take that off. I'm gonna take a bite right there. Look at all that chocolate, the marshmallow, the graham cracker. That looks like a delicious s'mores. Now, the only thing it's missing is the smoke from the campfire. It tastes just like a s'mores, just as messy as a s'mores. And you can wrap these up. I'm going to wrap these up and put them in my freezer because I know I'm not going to eat all of these. My son might have one. My husband might have one. But I can put them in the freezer, and when I'm craving a s'mores, I wonder if you could pop them in the microwave. I don't know. I might have to try that next. Yum. Just missing that smoke. That's all I'm missing. And if I go outside, I bet I can smell smoke from the fires. Not good. And I went to town today. They have lowered the level to yellow. It is green, something, yellow, red. I was trying to get a picture of it in a video, but, you know, driving past it at 55, 60 miles per hour, couldn't slow down. There's cars behind us. They would have killed us. They would not have been happy. You go slower than 60 miles per hour, even though the speed limit is 55, and they get mad. Yeah, they want to go 70, 80. I'm not a huge marshmallow person. These are good. I get chocolate here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.